Barakateh Shai, Barakateh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the brothers that are out pushing the truth to the four corners of the world. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. I wanted to touch on our subject, and I found a video on YouTube, just try to, edify the sheep and, hasten the time, for the destruction of Babylon. So this video, it's gonna be this video. It's like a small portion of the presidential debate, and these candidates, really, like, the focus of this whole thing has been abortion, like, all the time. That was what they were all talking about when I watched the whole thing on the news. That's all they were talking about, right? So let's start, and let's hear, these devils, piss off the Most High. How they piss off the Most High.
We have a giant industry that wants our healthcare system to stay the way it is, because it's not working for families, but it sure as heck working for them. It's time for us to make families come first.
It should not be an option in the United States of America for any insurance company to deny women coverage for their exercise of their right of choice. And I am the only candidate here who has passed a law protecting a woman's right of reproductive health and health insurance. And I'm the only candidate who has passed a public option. And I respect everybody's goals and plans here. But we do have one candidate that's actually advanced the ball. And we got to have access for everyone. I've done it as a public option.
Senator Klobuchar, I want to give you. I'm fascinated by this, Senator Klobuchar.
I just want to say there's 3 women up here that have fought pretty hard for a woman's right to choose. So I'll start with that. And then I just want to make very clear, I think we share the goal of universal health care. And the idea I put out there, the public option, which the governor was just talking about, this idea is that you use Medicare or Medicaid without any insurance companies involved. You could do it either way. And the estimates are 13 million people would see a reduction in their premiums. 12 more million people would get covered. So I think it is a beginning, and the way you start and the way you move to universal health care.
Secretary Castro, this one is for you. All of you on stage support a woman's right to an abortion. You all support some version of a government health care option. Would your plan cover abortion, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, it would. I don't believe only in reproductive freedom. I believe in reproductive justice. And, what that means is that just because a woman, or let's also not forget, someone in the trans community, a trans female, is poor, doesn't mean they shouldn't have the right to exercise that right to choose. And so I absolutely would cover the right to have an abortion. More than that, everybody in this crowd and watching at home knows that.
Right here. So if you're watching and you're listening carefully, right, you see that they use words like right to choose, right? Birth control. Reproduction. They use reproductive justice. All these smooth words. They use these slick ass words to hide the fact that they're evil, man. They're devils, man. Look at their appearance, right? It's exactly how they are snakes, man. A snake always look beautiful, right? But when you touch it, what happens? That shit bites you, and you're dead. Let me start. First of all, this guy here was talking about the transvestite. He's including transvestite. All right. First of all, right, Deuteronomy. Let's just take this. Right. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2. Right. Straight up condemns these people. Right. It says anybody that had his privacy cut off. You cut off your penis to have a vagina. You're not entering the congregation of the Lord. It's over for you, man. That's straight up death. You can't come back from that. You a man, you wanted to be a woman, and you liked women. Why don't you keep your penis then? right? But if you a man that likes other men, you know, it's bad enough you taking dicks in your ass. Now you chop it off and put a vagina there so you can deceive another. It's all, yo, this wickedness has polluted this land. It's just everywhere you go, man. Like, it's when they have no idea how pissed off the Most High is. They just wake up every day. They're good, man. So this is to address the transvestite. This is straight up. Right. This is straight up from the mouth of the Most High. Right. So he that is wounded in the stones, or has his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Right? He that is wounded in the stones, or has his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. So that's it, straight up. That's it for you. The transvestite is over for you. That's straight up death. You're gonna die. There's nothing you can do about it. Right? Now, I'm gonna jump off to Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16, right? And just straight up address these devils real quick. It says, for these 6 things does the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him, right? A proud look, a tie, that tie they have on that suit, that collar shirt, that's that combed hair, like that shaved off beard, man. They just want to look smart, appeal to people. The deception, right? It makes the deception effective when they look like this, that proud look. And it goes on to say, a proud look, a lying tongue is what they say. A lying tongue. Just say the bitch is killed, man. You over here saying choose, not choose, giving all kinds of words to it because they're lying. They want to make it sound good, but it's bad, man. A lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, authorizing these doctors, man, to just straight up snip babies from bellies, man. A heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that is swift. And see, when they're talking, they want to talk over people because they want to be quick to explain how they can bring abortion into effective, how their plan of abortion is better than the other, right? They are swift. They are swift to run into mischief, right? They devise wicked imagination that's just in your head. Yo, you over here, you want to be the leader of a nation, and the most important thing in your mind that you prepared to reach out to the entire world was how to bring abortion, how to make abortion effective. Yo, what kind of imagination is that? It's a lot, man. This is Psalms chapter 5. Psalms chapter 5, read verse 9, right? It says, lo, there is no faithfulness in their mouth, right? There is no faithfulness. All they speak is a lie, right? Their inward part is very wickedness, and their throat is an open sepulchre, right? Now, a sepulchre is a grave, right? Because anything that comes out of their throat, it's just straight up death, man. When you listen to it and you heed it, that's automatic death for you. And they flatter with their tongue, right? They flatter with their tongue. They use these smooth words, these slick ass words. When it hits your ear, you wouldn't even like, you wouldn't even think that, oh, like when they start speaking of abortion, it doesn't sound that terrible, but it's terrible, man. The same thing they did in Jeremiah. It's the same spirit. There's nothing you wanted to say in the same spirit. But before we get into Jeremiah, let's get into a commandment from the Most High, that addresses this very topic, because of course every problem in this world can be found in the scripture, man. Because the scripture is the truth. It's everything, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 28. Not chapter 28, right? 12 from, right? Reading from verse 28. It says, observe and hear all these words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee forever, when thou dost that which is good and right in the sight of the Lord thy God. Right? When the Lord thy God shall cut off the nations from thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou succeed them, and dwellest in their land, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee. Right? So it says when we dwell amongst them, when we come in contact with them, when we start mingling with them, well, we weren't supposed to mingle with them, anyways, but like if they're, gave an example, like whether we go in to possess them and we succeed and we dwell among them, or whether it doesn't have to be whether we go in and possess them. We can be captives. We can be spread all around the world, and I mean, Israel is all over the place, man. But it goes on to tell us that if we live among them, we should take heed to ourselves, that we should think critically and reflect. Like, read the scriptures, remember, right? And be not snared by following them. We should not follow them. We should not be appealed of them, right? After that they be destroyed from before thee, that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. Right? When we go in, we should not be pressured to follow. We should not convert. We should not follow their gods and say to ourselves, how are these people serving their gods? Because I want to get down with that, man. Nah, that's not what it's talking about. Right? Verse 31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God, for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth. Right? Don't do anything that provokes the Lord. You gotta fear him, right? For even their sons and their daughters, they are for every abomination to the Lord which he hated, have they done unto the gods. Right? So everything that the Most High hate is what they do. They take pleasure in just pissing him off. That's why he says don't be part of them, because when he raises up and starts smiting them and